you for joining me today on Navigating Endo with Ashley. I'm Ashley, of course, and I'm going to be your guide on this journey as we navigate endometriosis and adenomyosis together. And I'm going to share with you all my personal journey with endometriosis and adenomyosis. So to start off, I'm talking to you from my couch here in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, one of the best cities in the world. And it's currently still the pandemic here in Canada and all over the world for that matter. And you know, what better time than to share personal journeys with the world, because we're all going through a tough time right now. Not just myself, not just yourself, the entire world is going through a pandemic simultaneously. And that's actually one of the reasons why I wanted to start this channel. I think it's important for people to come together, and even more important for us to share our knowledge with each other, share our experiences. You know, for those of you who are not aware, endometriosis and adenomyosis or adenomyosis do not have cures. And therefore we need to keep spreading the word. We need to raise awareness. We need to destigmatize female health and health of those people who are assigned female at birth. So just in case you are new to the new to the endometriosis world or adenomyosis world, or a combination of the two, I hope that this channel will help to provide some guidance and some clarification, and hopefully just a general understanding of what those of us who experience it, and if you are someone who is an endo warrior yourself, that maybe some of my experiences will help you to grow in your personal health journey. And that's why I wanted to start this channel. You know, for those of you who are not aware, endometriosis is tissue that grows where it's not supposed to grow, essentially. I'm not a medical doctor. I have no medical background, but what I understand is that it's very painful and that there's no cure. And endometriosis can grow all over your body. It can grow on your organs. It can grow on your spine, apparently. And I've even heard that it can go as far as reaching your brain. And, you know, it's scary, but necessary to talk about. And that's why we are going to navigate this journey together. And I'm looking forward to it. You know, my personal journey is that I had my first period when I was 11 years old, and I was in middle school, and I had no idea what was going on, and no one else around me knew what was going on either. You know, I'm this young kid who all of a sudden got her period, and I was immediately in a crazy amount of pain. I can't even begin to describe what it's like going from being like a normal 11-year-old kid to all of a sudden having a period and this crazy pain that I couldn't describe to anyone, and I couldn't get help to fix it, right? And that's so many people's stories. So for those of you that aren't aware, endometriosis actually affects 1 in 10 women and 1 in 10 people who are assigned female at birth. And on the flip side of that, people that are affected by adenomyosis or adenomyosis, however you say it, is 1 in 100. And it's a very sad truth, but there's no cure. There is no cure. And what we're doing right now is learning how to adapt, sharing our stories with one another, and we're trying to figure it out ourselves. And that's why I find it so important to be here and speak with all of you. You know, I got my first period at 11, and then it wasn't until I was 28 that I finally had an exploratory laparoscopy where they discovered stage 4 endo. And I can still remember very faintly, because of all the medication, waking up in the recovery room and being told by one of the nurses there that, you know, the doctor was going to be in to talk to me, and the person who was there during my recovery, the person who was able to discuss things with my doctor, told me they found endometriosis. Like, your surgery was only supposed to be an hour and a half, and it was a 6-hour long procedure because they wanted to remove as much of the endo as possible. And although it was a sad day, it was also one of the happiest days of my life because finally I had a label to put on my pain. And that is so important. When you know what you're dealing with, at least you can go somewhere from there. You can provide that label to a doctor and they can say, hey, this is what we can try out. This is what new information we have on this disease. And once you find the right doctor, that's the number one thing, is you find the right doctor who actually believes you, and that is what gets the ball rolling. You know, for all of us, we have to be our own advocates, and it is exhausting. How many times can you pick up a phone and call a doctor and say, I'm in pain, I need help? How many times can you roll into an emergency room and say, I'm in pain and I need help? You know, there comes a time when you get sick of hearing yourself complain. But it is what it is. This is what it is. And to all of our supporters out there, our family members, our friends, our partners, significant others, you know, without having a support system, it is so difficult. And I really, really hope that you know your importance in our lives, you know. And this is episode 1. There's so much to see and talk about. There's so much to discuss. There's so many stories out there, and I'm really looking forward to sharing my story with all of you and getting to know who everyone is. And I just want to thank you again for tuning into my channel, and make sure you tune in every week because I will keep posting, and I'm not going to apologize for it because we need to talk about endometriosis and adenomyosis. We need to talk about this because we need to find a cure, and we need to help and support each other. And I just want to thank you again for tuning in, and I can't wait to talk to you guys again soon. Ciao! Hey guys, one last thing I almost forgot. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.